Hey guys, Morphologist here, and welcome back. So if you didn't know, the codes for Battlefront II Closed Alpha have been sent out. So if you're one of those lucky few to have received a code and you don't know about it already, make sure you check that email, because it's only gonna last for a limited time. Now, unfortunately, I can't actually tell you anything about the Closed Alpha. Hence, that's why it's called a Closed Alpha. It is full NDA. I basically can't show any pictures, show any video, or discuss the details of it. So that sucks. But what I can do is tell you that, some stuff about Battlefront, the game that came out before it, the EA catastrophe that I think very few of my friends actually really enjoyed in the end. And, well, we'll talk about why. Because that's absolutely relevant to talking about what we would like to see in Battlefront 2. Or rather, what I would like to see in Battlefront 2. See, I have Battlefront, the game that came out a little while ago by EA. And I have all the DLCs. I've got the entire pack. And I was so excited about this game. And I was so disappointed by the product. Because the game looks great. It even plays great for a while. It feels like Star Wars. It sounds like Star Wars. Hell, it would probably smell like Star Wars if I could smell it. But then you discover that that smell was actually some sort of spray like the stuff that you put in the bathroom after you take a poo. And that stuff wears off and you start to smell the poo. And the poo is that the game really doesn't actually have much behind the scenes. There aren't many maps. The team dynamics, well, there aren't any. And that really, really, really hurts replayability. And because they decided to split the game up between 4 different DLCs, it really split the community up. Because after people were so disheartened with the first part of the Battlefront release, they weren't really all too that interested in getting the second DLC or the third. So the players kind of trailed off into this day. And even from the release, the numbers have been abysmal. I mean, we're talking fractions of even Battlefield 4's numbers today. Yeah, that bad. Oh, and did I mention that they elected not to have a single-player campaign? Yeah, they didn't for some reason. Actually, there was a reason. An excuse that EA announced later that their data had showed that people like to play multiplayer more than they like to play single player, and that they would probably be wasting their time. What metric were they using exactly? Oh, that's right, Battlefield. Battlefield. Yeah, Battlefield. That is not a good way to find out if somebody's going to enjoy a Star Wars-centered single-player campaign. We're talking about Star Wars here, guys. I mean, people are lining up out the door right now to see anthology series. They want to see new Star Wars. It's hot, 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 hot right now. So to say that, you're not going to have interest because you're not making, or you're not going to have interest from a single-player campaign is ludicrous. It's insane. I don't know exactly what the analysts were smoking when they came up with this, but it's not good stuff, guys. Find a new supplier. So these problems and more are a great place to start for basically the do-nots of Battlefront 2. I'm sure there are a number of other issues that you guys could come up with in the comments section, and I would encourage you to do so, but I would like to move forward now with what I would like to see in the final version of Battlefront 2. Now, this isn't to say, again, that this isn't in the closed alpha that I have access to. No, again, I can't say anything about that. I'm just going to talk basically about what I would like to see based off of what I have seen in Battlefront. Well, let's start with team play. That has always been the weakest point for me. I like playing team-based games. I like making an impact on my teammates and providing some sort of added benefit to them so that they feel more powerful. It makes me feel better that I'm actually helping somebody out. I don't know about you guys, but that's kind of why I play online games. It's because you're playing with other people. If I wanted to just get some frags, I could just, go kill some AI characters and probably be just as happy. No, that's not why I'm playing Battlefront. The other thing would be to obviously make a single-player campaign. Well, on both of these issues, I'm pleased to report that they have listened, because in a public release by EA, and in the recent trailer, you can actually see that they've added a campaign, or they're trying to add a campaign based off of the perspective of some Imperial soldiers who witnessed the fall of the Death Star, which is going to be a really interesting story, because if you've read the book Lost Stars, which is a canon book in the Star Wars book series, it's a really great book which kind of takes that same perspective. Different time period. This takes place around the Battle of Jakku, but it really gives you a sense of the terrible nature of the war, and how some of the Imperials were just kind of normal people who just took a job and ended up dying along with millions and millions of others of their friends. So, yeah, kind of dark. Anyway, I hope they really take it in that kind of direction with the campaign. I know nothing about it other than what's been publicly announced, so I'm eager to see where that goes. Also, the multiplayer stuff, well, they had some footage that they had shown in their pre-alpha release that was on a live stream in one of their big events. And that was really encouraging as well, because that showed us that, yes, they had listened to the players who had complained that there weren't enough things to encourage team play. It looks like they're trying to add in some abilities and maybe even a class system to possibly give people a little bit more incentive to work with their team. So that is awesome. But I think that they shouldn't be complacent. Keep pushing that narrative, evolve the game, make it into something where everybody can play some sort of integral role into their team. Furthermore, make squad play something good in the game. I mean, in Battlefront as it is now, it's just a partner system, and it's random, and all you can do is spawn next to somebody. You can't even communicate with them. That is not anything that really helps team play. I mean, maybe a little bit, because you get a little bit of a bonus if you help your teammate out. But that's it. I would like to see more, something kind of more along the lines of, I don't know, Battlefield. I mean, they do team play online really, really well. Take some of that and put it into Battlefront. That is what I think I would like to see, and I'm sure many of you would like to see. On the topic of heroes, I have pretty much no issue with them, to be honest. The Battlefront game, aside from the token system, which I really don't care too much for, is awesome. I love the fact that you can play any of the famous hero main characters in the original Star Wars and the new Star Wars movies, because I don't know, you just feel so great. You feel so powerful. I play the game for Star Wars. I don't play it because I enjoy the actual mechanics of Battlefront. Now, that's why you could see that I've leveled up so far. I'm playing simply because I love Star Wars, and right now there aren't a lot, actually there are no, really good Star Wars games out there that have come out in recent past. I mean, I'm still playing Star Wars Galaxies, for Christ's sake. That is an old game, and that's how bad the state of Star Wars games has become. So, please, Battlefront 2, do something a little bit more interesting. Think outside of the box. Finally, I think that they could do something a little bit more with the map system. I mean, I understand that producing these level of quality maps is a very time-consuming process, and it really shows, because all of the maps in the DLCs and in the initial package for Battlefront are gorgeous. They look exactly like they looked in the movies, and in probably some cases way better, because let's be honest, those were just sets made for an old camera. This is stuff that you're gonna sit there and inspect, so it probably is even more detailed than those sets. So I love the set work, but come on guys, I understand you wanna make stuff high quality, but people want to play the game more than just a few hours before they start to get sick of it. So you're gonna have to get a little bit creative, either making maps more interesting by having different sections played for different modes, or, and this is my preference, making a great deal more locations and perhaps kind of at first limiting the size of those maps. Maybe come back and add content later, but make a more diverse amount of maps in the initial release. This, I think, will help with its replayability and further will encourage people to look forward to the DLCs. Let's make DLCs added content again, not just a component of a finished game. I don't want to buy pieces of a full game for $120. No, I want to buy a full game for $60, and then I want to pay more because I love it for added maps and guns and weapons and what have you. All right, so that's my 2 cents on what I would like to see in Battlefront 2. I can't wait to share with you guys my thoughts on Battlefront 2 and talk about the details. Unfortunately, again, I can't say that in this video because of the NDA. All I can really say is I'm enjoying it, and that's it. So, guys, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below. Did you like Battlefront? Did you hate Battlefront? Are you still going back to it once in a while like I am just because of your love of Star Wars? And what would you like to see in Battlefront 2? All right, guys, that's it. Hope to see you next time. If you didn't already, hit the like and the subscribe button, and see you later.